In this video, I am going to teach you how to create a new document in Google. And we can do that either from scratch or we can import the document from your desktop if you had previously created in Microsoft Word. So let's just start with the easiest method to create a new document, and that is simply from scratch. I am in my Google Drive, and I do want to just remind you that while in your Google Drive, if you click on this triangle right next to my drive, if you have created any folders in your Google Drive, they will appear in that drop-down menu. So you can click on that little triangle to show them or to hide them. So if I don't want to organize the document that I'm going to create in a folder, I could simply click on my drive and click New Google Doc, but if you do want to organize it in a folder, then you're going to locate that folder. So in this instance, I am going to find a folder that I am calling Science Tests. I previously created that. So if I click on that folder, you'll notice because it's blank here, I have no documents in there already. So it's empty. It's an empty folder. I can click on the New button. I'm going to choose Google Docs. And what you're going to notice, I'm going to close this tab right here. You're going to notice that a new tab opens with a blank word processing document. So if I go back to this tab, I'm back in my Google Drive. This is the document that I'm creating that's going to go into the folder that I just selected. So probably the very first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to title this document. So I'm going to call this the cell part test. When you name documents in Google, my advice is to have spaces between the words because all of those words now become search terms. If I hop back to my Google Drive, you have a search field here. And if I type in the word cell or test, these are all search terms to find this document in the future very quickly. So I recommend having very sensible names, thinking very carefully about how you're going to name your document. So that's how you create a new document. In terms of closing a document, keep in mind that all Google Docs autosave, and so you don't have to ever go to the File Save button. But if I were going to close this document, literally I go up to my tab, I find the X to close it, and it's just going to bring me back now to my Google Drive, which was also open in a tab in my browser. So that is how you create a new document from scratch. Well, let's talk a little bit about how you create a document if you're bringing it in like as an import from a previously created document in Microsoft Office or Microsoft Word. So it's really just a drag and a drop. So if I click on my Finder, that's going to open my system of folders and files on my computer, at least on a Macintosh. And somewhere in here I have a Microsoft Word document. So I actually found one. So if I go into Documents, this is the one that I want to bring into Google, the Forces and Motion Test. And if I want to bring that into this folder that I'm in Google, literally it's just a drag. See how that changes color there? And you'll see a little prompt at the bottom. It says drop files to instantly upload them to Science Test folder. I'm going to drop it. You'll get a little bit of information down here in the lower right-hand corner of the work that Google's doing. And this little indicator right here shows you that it was a Microsoft Word document, but remember I have my convert settings turned on. So if you look at the visual here next to Forces and Motion Tests, it tells me that it has converted it to a Google Doc, which can be edited while in Google. So first thing I want to do here is I want to change the name of it. So I'm going to click on that document to open it. Always will open in a new tab. And I don't really like the underscores because again, I might want to search for this document with the word forces. And if I have a space between the word forces and that these all become search terms. So I'm going to change the names of my documents so that I can search by any term in the title. And I'm going to take away the .doc because it's no longer a Microsoft Word document. So now that I have dragged and dropped it, that's like an import. It has become a Google document, and now this is something I can edit in Google. You can see I can make changes that will auto-save. I'm going to close this document. I'm going to click on that X. brings me back to my Google Drive.